Greetings, Shiba Inu fighters. The cryptocurrency market has recently gone completely bonkers, so fasten your seatbelts. Envision yourself clinging to Shiba Inu only to learn that doing so may land you in jail. I said it again, prison time. Makes no sense, does it? But if you stay with me, I and hashtag 039, I'll explain everything in detail. Have faith in me, this news is just insane. A brief caveat before we get in. Please note that this video does not constitute legal or financial advice, but rather provides general information. When it comes to money, you should always do your own research and get advice from experts. I Don and hashtag 039, understand the big deal. A strict regulation measure threatened the Bitcoin community a few years ago, and that was the beginning of it all. Many at the time thought it was just conjecture. Now, in the present day, such concerns have materialized. The new regulation is official. For crypto aficionados, it and hashtag 039 is a game changer, or maybe the end of the game. Submitting sender information to the IRS is mandatory and necessitates reporting of large Bitcoin transactions per this rule. Now, we will analyze this new rule. Anyone doing US-based cryptocurrency trading or business must record transactions over $10,000 to the IRS as of January 1st, according to this rule. And the worst part is this. Criminal charges may be levied in the event that you do not comply. Charges of a felony, yes. This is more than a mere reprimand. This is not a game. Individuals must notify the IRS within 15 days after obtaining $10,000 or more in cryptocurrency through a single transaction or a series of connected transactions in order to be in compliance. Name, address, SSN, amount received, date, and kind of transaction are all pieces of this puzzle piece. Fundamentally, the crypto world and hashtag 039's guiding principles, anonymity and decentralization, are under attack. Let us halt here and give this some thought. The fundamental principles of cryptocurrency, including anonymity and decentralization, have never changed. Freedom from centralized authority, privacy, and secure financial transactions are the essence of these values. But these ideals seem to be at conflict with this new regulation. It seems to be undermining the core principle of cryptocurrencies by mandating extensive reporting and sharing of personal data. Since Shiba Inu has always advocated for decentralization, this disparity is especially important for them. Decentralization and its effect on personal empowerment has long been a point of contention for Satoshi Kusama, a notable creator in the Shiba Inu ecosystem. Decentralization is more than just a buzzword to the Shiba Inu community. This ideology serves as the project and hashtag 039's compass. With this new norm in place, however, the question of how Shiba Inu will continue to adhere to its decentralization principles arises. It would appear that the project and hashtag 039's principles are at odds with the degree of control and centralization introduced by the required reporting. The difference is striking. A decentralized, community-driven ecosystem is one of Shiba Inu and hashtag 039's goals. Contrarily, the project and hashtag 039's cherished anonymity and autonomy are in danger of being undermined by these new laws. Shibarium is the Layer 2 scaling solution for Shiba Inus, therefore let and hashtag 039's talk about it. The expansion plan. For the project relies heavily on this cutting-edge platform. Remember how the Shiba Inu team promised to burn 70% of the money made from Shibarium gas fees? That and hashtag 039's right, they and hashtag 039 were going to turn it all into Shiba Inu tokens. Because of this effort, the token supply has decreased and its value has increased. The project and hashtag 039's dedication and the community and hashtag 039's passion were evident in the burn amount exceeding $1 million in just 4 months. However, a pall of doubt has now descended. The community is curious about how the SHIBA INU team would fulfill their burn pledges in light of the new legislation and the intervention of the IRS. A difficult scenario arises when regulatory duties and the resolve to burn revenue cross. Will SHIBA INU be able to overcome this obstacle and keep fulfilling its promises? The answer might be yes if past events are any indication. Although SHIBA INU has been through a lot, it has always come out on top. The story of SHIBA INU is one of perseverance and change, as it went from being written off as a joke coin to being a major participant in the cryptocurrency market. An important aspect in the project and #039's success has been its capacity to overcome obstacles. This most recent roadblock might be no exception. But SHIBA INUs aren't and #039 the only ones involved. The larger crypto community is the focus. A contentious discussion on cryptocurrency and #039's trajectory has ensued in response to the new rules. The crux of this discussion is a query that someone posed on Twitter not long ago. While the SEC has traditionally been wary of the cryptocurrency area, the IRS seems hell-bent on regulating them. As the SEC prepares to rule on the first-ever cryptocurrency ETF, Bitcoin in particular, this topic takes on even greater intrigue. A Bitcoin ETF and #039's approval might significantly alter the course of events. It might unleash a wave of institutional investment into the cryptocurrency industry, with tens of trillions of dollars pouring in. This suggests that the IRS and #039's regulatory push is more of a stepping stone toward a fully developed and regulated cryptocurrency economy. This, however, prompts even another inquiry. Why is the IRS charging ahead with cryptocurrency regulations? While the SEC seems hesitant, many are perplexed by this seeming contradiction. It and #039's as if authorities are taking precautions in case cryptocurrencies become indispensable in the future of finance. The green light for a Bitcoin ETF might be a watershed moment, heralding a move toward institutional buy-in and widespread adoption. If that and #039's so, it and #039's easier to understand why the IRS is trying to control the market. This is more than just a reaction to the market as it is right now. Their anticipation of what is ahead is palpable. This regulatory environment has advantages and disadvantages for SHIBA INUs. The project and #039's dedication to decentralization and anonymity, in particular, could be hampered by the new regulations. Meanwhile, other investors may be interested in a more developed and regulated market, which might lead to wider adoption. Maintaining the project and #039's fundamental principles while adjusting to new regulations will be the challenge. It is worthwhile to consider the larger ramifications of these changes as we conclude. Difficulties will always arise in the cryptocurrency industry. While the SEC seems hesitant, many are perplexed by this seeming contradiction. It and #039's as if authorities are taking precautions in case cryptocurrencies become indispensable in the future of finance. The green light for a Bitcoin ETF might be a watershed moment, heralding a move toward institutional buy-in and widespread adoption. If that and #039's so, it and